What if I told you that your brain is not fixed, not set, not locked into the version it is right now? What if the difference between a sharp, focused, powerful mind and a slow, distracted one is not genetics, not age, not intelligence? It is simply what you choose to do with it. For a few minutes every single day, today we are going to prove that with 4 specific exercises backed by neuroscience that will measurably increase your focus, your memory, and your processing speed. And the best part, not one of them requires a gym membership or an expensive app. Welcome to Shift Logic. Your brain operates on a principle that neuroscientists call neuroplasticity. The idea that your brain physically rewires and strengthens itself based on how you use it. Every time you challenge your brain in a new way, new neural connections form. Old, weak pathways get stronger. Processing speed increases. Focus sharpens. In simple terms, your brain responds to training exactly the way a muscle does. The more you challenge it deliberately, the more capable it becomes. Today, we are covering 4 specific science-backed exercises that target 4 different critical brain functions: focus, memory, coordination, and mental control. Let us get into it. Exercise 1. Scanning and processing speed. Exercise number 1 is designed to train 2 of the most important cognitive skills most people never consciously develop: visual scanning speed and information processing speed. Here is how it works. Take a grid of 25 squares. Inside each square, place numbers from 1 to 25, arranged in completely random order. Your task is simple. Find and tap each number in sequence, from 1 to 25 as fast as you possibly can. The target that most trained practitioners aim for is under 30 seconds. Here is the important context. If you try this for the first time and it takes you 60 seconds or longer, that is completely normal. Most untrained first attempts take well over a minute, but here is what the research consistently shows. With just 5 minutes of deliberate daily practice, your visual scanning ability, your peripheral awareness, and your information processing speed will show measurable improvement within 2 to 3 weeks. What is actually happening neurologically is that your brain is building faster and more efficient pathways between your visual cortex and your decision-making centers. You are literally training your brain to see and process information more quickly than it did before. This has direct practical applications in everything from reading speed to reaction time to the ability to take in and process complex information quickly under pressure. Search for a number grid. Challenge on your phone right now. Try it once before moving on. Notice how long it takes. That number will shrink with practice faster than you expect. Exercise 2, spatial memory and awareness. Exercise number 2 targets spatial memory, muscle memory, and neural pathway development simultaneously, and it is probably the strangest thing you will try today. For 2 minutes, you are going to perform simple everyday tasks without using your vision to guide them. Write your name on a piece of paper without looking at the paper. Draw a simple circle or basic shape without watching your hand. Type your name on your phone screen without looking at what you are typing. Do it right now. Pause and try it before reading further. What you likely noticed is that your output was messier, less precise, and required significantly more mental concentration than the same task done normally. That messiness is not failure. That is your brain being pushed into new territory. Here is what is happening. Neurologically, when you remove visual feedback, your brain cannot rely on its most dominant sensory input to guide your movements. Instead, it is forced to activate and strengthen neural pathways associated with spatial awareness, proprioception, and muscle memory that rarely get consciously trained in daily life. Research in sensory deprivation. Training shows that removing one sensory input forces the brain to recruit and develop alternative neural networks that remain dormant under normal conditions. 2 minutes of this practice daily produces measurable improvements in spatial recall, coordination, and the ability to perform tasks accurately under conditions where full sensory information is not available. Beyond the physical application, this type of training also strengthens your brain's ability to reconstruct information from memory rather than from direct observation, a skill that directly improves recall in learning and high-pressure performance situations. Exercise 3, hemispheric coordination. Exercise number 3 is one of the most scientifically well-supported brain training methods in existence, and it is one that most people dismiss because it sounds too simple. Starting today, perform your most common daily tasks using your non-dominant hand. If you are right-handed, brush your teeth with your left hand. Write notes with your left hand. Use your phone with your left hand. If you are left-handed, reverse the process entirely. The first few days will feel genuinely disorienting. You will feel clumsy. You will feel slow. You will feel like you are relearning something you have known your entire life. That feeling is the sensation of your brain building new neural infrastructure. Here is the neuroscience. Your brain is divided into two hemispheres. Each hemisphere controls the opposite side of your body. When you exclusively use your dominant hand, you are primarily activating one hemisphere, repeatedly while the other remains relatively underutilized in motor tasks. Research in hemispheric training consistently shows that deliberately activating your non-dominant side forces the two hemispheres to communicate more actively with each other. New interhemispheric connections form. The corpus callosum, which is the bridge between your two hemispheres, becomes more efficiently utilized. The practical results of consistent non-dominant hand training over a single week include measurable improvements in hand-eye coordination, increases in thinking flexibility, faster task switching ability, and stronger problem-solving capacity across both analytical and creative domains, right? Now, as you watch this video, try using your non-dominant hand to interact with your phone. Like this video or scroll with your opposite hand, notice the level of concentration it requires. That concentration is your brain getting stronger in real time. Exercise. Sharpen mental control and focus. Exercise number 4 targets what neuroscientists call executive function, your brain's highest level control system responsible for focus attention management, impulse control, and the ability to switch between competing mental tasks. This exercise is called the interference challenge, and it exploits a fascinating quirk of human cognitive processing. Here's the setup. You see a series of color words. Each word is printed in a color that does not match the word itself. The word red printed in blue ink. The word green printed in yellow. The word blue printed in red. Your task is to say the color of the ink out loud, not the word. The color. It sounds simple. It is not. Your brain has spent your entire reading life building an automatic pathway from written word to verbal response. That pathway is extraordinarily fast and deeply wired. When you see the word red, your brain fires the response red almost involuntarily, overriding that automatic response and replacing it with a different one. Requires your prefrontal cortex to actively suppress one pathway and activate another simultaneously. This is known as the Stroop effect, named after the psychologist who first documented it in the 1930s, and it remains one of the most reliably effective methods for training. Executive function ever identified. 3 minutes of Stroop practice daily produces measurable improvements in your ability to maintain focus under distraction. Ignore irrelevant information while processing relevant information. Switch between competing tasks quickly and accurately, and exercise deliberate control over automatic responses in high-pressure situations. These are not abstract benefits. This is the exact cognitive skill set required for high performance in studying complex problem, solving high-stakes decision-making in any domain that demands sustained mental precision. Putting it all together, here is your complete brain training framework. Exercise 1. The number grid challenge for processing speed and visual scanning. 5 minutes daily. Exercise 2. The no vision task for spatial memory and neural pathway development. 2 minutes daily. Exercise 3. Non-dominant hand tasks for hemispheric coordination and cognitive flexibility, integrated into your daily routine throughout the day. Exercise 4. The interference color challenge for executive function and laser focus. 3 minutes daily. Total investment, approximately 10 minutes per day. The neuroscience is unambiguous on this. Consistent, deliberate, cognitive challenge produces measurable structural and functional changes in the brain. You are not just practicing skills. You are physically rebuilding your most important organ. Your brain is not the brain you were born with. It is the brain you have built. Through every experience, every challenge, and every choice you have made up to this point. And it is the brain you will continue building through every deliberate action you take from this moment forward. The question is never whether your brain can improve. The question is whether you are willing to give it the right challenges consistently enough to make that improvement inevitable. Pick one of these 4 exercises. Start today. 5 minutes. That is all it takes to begin. If this video gave you a new way to think about your own mental capacity, hit that subscribe button right now. Because this is exactly what Shift Logic is built for. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these 4 exercises you are starting today. I read every single one. Stay logical. Stay shifting.